And the other thing they were saying is that somehow we fixed the vote. So I and my friends can get together 2.4 million votes.
In just 2 months' time, The Sound of Music opens to an audience of 2,500 people at London's most famous musical theatre, the London Palladium.
This is a stage that has had Judy Garland stand on it, Bob Hope stand on it, Liza Minnelli stand there, you know, and Connie Fisher's going to be standing there on the 15th of November.
Being a leading lady in the West End is not all glamour. It's a lot of hard work, and if she's really going to do 8 shows a week, Connie's going to have to look after us all.
You've got to dazzle as a leading lady, without a doubt. I think it's worth asking yourself, how irresistible is she?
The pressure's on for Connie. It's the first day of rehearsals.
Nothing's going right, everything's taking twice as long. I just think people look at me and go, oh God, bless her, she's got to work cut out, hasn't she?
Today, she's meeting the cast of 40 professional actors and performers, the creative team of directors and producers, and 3 sets of Von Trapp children.
What I really want is to be accepted as a professional. I want to go in there and for them to say, well, like any other day, like any other show, I feel like I'm stepping off the edge of a cliff.
Connie's right to feel nervous. Everyone in the industry knows what a tough role this is for her.
8 shows a week is a hell of a lot. You know, I'm finding that. And I don't sing as much as her.
On a Wednesday and a Saturday, she's going to be on stage 5 hours a day, and Maria's hardly ever off. Now, that's hard enough for an experienced performer, let alone somebody that's, you know, literally doing their first West End role, and certainly their first West End leading role.
I do feel quite young today. I feel like I'm about 4, and my mum's taking me to school. Have a good day, love. Yeah, okay. I'll try not to wet my pants.
There's just 4 weeks of rehearsals, and not one of the main cast has performed in a musical before.
Hello, how are you?
Including her leading man, Simon Shepherd, otherwise known as the Dishy Doctor from Peak Practice.
I'm very happy that Connie is doing it. She's great. She's delightful, with a bell-like voice.
I just say it sounds like it's like the first day of school.
I know, it's hard.
And it's a new venture for opera diva Leslie Garrett.
One of the most exciting things is going to be watching Connie blossom. Because however good she is now, she is so going to get better. You know, to watch a star being born is a very special thing.
The Sound of Music was first staged in London's West End in 1961. The producers are hoping their production will get a better response from the critics.
When The Sound of Music opened, it opened to the worst reviews anybody has ever read. I mean, worse than anything I've ever had, and that's saying something. But anyway, I loved that show, and it always seemed to me that the girl should really be a girl who really did climb a tree and scrape her knee. And we ended up with the most marvellous performer I've come across for a long, long time, Connie Fisher. This is a kid coming into a company with, you know, many seasoned professionals. And just that moment when I first mentioned her name, I would think was about the most nerve-wracking thing she could have, apart from opening night.
It just feels like I have been accepted. Get it.
Connie has a lot to live up to. The Sound of Music is a production everyone knows so well.
I think it's like a lot of those great musicals that you grew up on. It's got a particular place in your heart.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
I was completely obsessed with The Sound of Music when I was a kid, and so was my sister. I think we went at least 7 times.
It's one of the great musicals, there's no doubt about that.
The hills fill my heart with the sound of music.
As a lifelong fan of Julie Andrews, Connie knows the songs like the back of her hand. But now she has to learn how to sing them.
Shall we go together? Yeah. Connie is beyond pretty fab. Clear, bell-like sound. And this is not rude or by any way criticism, but there's just the right amount of Julie Andrews in there as well.
I like the way it pulls back as well.
It's lovely to hold the moment because we all know what's coming.
Yeah.
So the only tension we can create is when will it come? Do you know what I mean? So, for one a lovely thing.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a...
It wasn't until we really began working on it that I realised just how extraordinary, how glorious the music is. It's hit after hit after hit.
Maria makes me laugh.
I remember seeing it and kept thinking it was ending, and it went on. You know, you thought, oh, we've got the end, and then they started climbing over mountains and running away from Germans or something.
Here is the perfect motion picture that touches every note in the full scale of human emotions.
You know, that scene where they're going over the mountains and they're leaving, it's just, oh gosh, it's just amazing and just still such a tearjerker.
That moment when the children are standing by the lake, trying to cheer themselves up, when Maria's gone, and then you hear her voice off, and she's back. Well, that was the moment I knew I was gay.
This has to be one of the most publicised theatre shows in history.
You can't be showing out. Too late.
Everyone wants a little bit of Connie.
Everything's changed now, you know. My whole life is completely turned around, and everyone's, you know, wants to know about you and your life. And it's really flattering, but not when you've got no makeup on.
Today, Connie's being introduced to the great British press.
Cool, wow. Will it fit you? Yeah.
There'll be shots of you and the captain, and then the photographers will go, and the television crews will stay.
This showbiz world, very glamorous. In the toilets of the Palladium.
As Maria and Captain Von Trapp, they're posing for every newspaper in the country.
Not only has she had to prepare for the role of a lifetime and the first role ever on the West End stage, but she's had to deal with huge publicity for the first time as well.
Connie, how many shows did you audition for before we got this one?
Maybe about 20.
You feel under a lot of pressure though?
Yes, of course, everyone's going to be looking out for how I do. Are you ready for that side of the fame game? It does upset me when there's all nonsense in the press. How much of a fan of Julie Andrews?
What were you selling when you were doing telesales? Is it true that your agent demanded more money?
I don't know, to be honest with you. If she did, I'm kind of glad I've got that agent, because of course she's doing a good job if she's asking for more money.
She could have become a bit cocky, but she absolutely hasn't, you know, and yet she has a serenity about her that absolutely says to me that she's a star.
Stars get star treatment.
I'm excited.
And Connie checks out her boudoir at the Palladium.
Oh, there you are.
Let's open it. Bucks fizz. Obviously don't want me to get too drunk. I love it. Look how many seats there are. It's quite scary. I'm not going to lie, I am Von Trapping it, but...
As rehearsals continue, there's just 3 weeks for Connie to get to grips with the role of Maria.
Okay, let's just walk through it. Here we go.
A deer, a female deer, a drop of golden sun, me.
This is a girl who isn't right for the convent, has to go out into the real world, has to deal with 7 children, and suddenly these children see their father fall in love with her.
If you think about it, the children fall in love with her, the captain falls in love with her, the nuns fall in love with her. In spite of her being naughty and singing in the abbey, everybody loves her.